Have you checked the children? You're a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Bienvenidos, Fright fans and shark lovers and fears. Welcome to the horror show and the last of the regular reviews that we have been doing for Shark Week. I'm Jaime Fuego.
I'm Cecil Laird, and yes, we are here to finish up Shark Week 2020, or our extended double Shark Week, with a review of a movie that Fuego had never seen. I have seen all 6 installments of, but I did do a rewatch of this for this review. And we are here to talk about Sharknado.
Sci-fi channel, oh boy.
That's a Tara Reid reading of the title with her vocal fry.
Tara Reid, you've gone down so far since American Pie.
Has she really?
I
didn't
really
know she
don't
went
know
down.
what to say.
Nice.
Yeah.
So why don't
guy
we
from
get into this,
90210, we
Fuego?
know that
Now,
at least.
overall thoughts. Let's get your overall thoughts on it, since this was your first watch through of this.
Maybe later installments up the cheese factor to a more charming level, but this one didn't have it.
I don't know about
man.
more charming,
Yeah,
but
well,
they
for
do
some
up
at
the
least.
cheese factor.
For some at least. I mean, I got like the foundation of what they're going for, because I know as the series became more popular, I'm at least versed in the fact that they brought on more celebrity cameos for crazy kills and things of that nature. This one didn't really have a lot of just the so bad it's good. Like I was talking about Shark Night and in our previous Shark review on Friday, and this one just, or yesterday,
Yeah, it was
I guess
Friday.
this would be. Okay,
It was
Friday. Yeah, I don't know. That one at least had a little bit more imagination. This was definitely what I would expect from a Sci-Fi Channel original shark sort of movie. You've got the dad from Home Alone. You've got the guy from 90210 who knows how much work he's getting.
Ian Ziering.
Yeah, the aforementioned Tara Reid. I mean, I actually was most charmed by the Tasmanian guy who they were giving him crap about his Vegemite, and sharks don't like tasting that stuff, man. But yeah, I actually was kind of intrigued about checking out later installments just to see how much bigger and crazier and potentially more.
They go to space,
more
bro.
entertaining
There's sharks
they go.
in space.
Well, I mean, if there's Nazis in space on T-Rexes or whatever that series.
No, but there's no mechanical conversion of sharks. It's just sharks in space that are still up there going.
Yeah, because there was that. There was the trailer for the genetically engineered sharks in space with Nazis, or in the sky with Nazis, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember. Nonetheless, I was expecting to be a little bit more just goofy fun, and it fell flat for me, I must say. I didn't really care for this, man.
So here's the thing about this one. This was the first installment, so it's very much in line with what we were getting with sci-fi shark movies at the time, which was underwhelming, terrible effects,
really bad.
like D-list actors in terrible roles. But for whatever reason, this one caught on, and because it caught on, that's how they got more money. That's how it got bigger and crazier. And by the 6th one, you're like, oh my God, this is. I don't even know what series to compare it to in its level of insanity.
Yeah.
Like it's like the Fast and the Furious of sci-fi shark movies. Like it just
probably took some cues from that.
literally everyone gets bigger and bigger the same way the Fast and the Furious movies do. So it has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So this Sharknado
And
is the original Fast and Furious.
Those first couple Fast and the Furious films,
They were very
pretty crappy, man.
basic, very basic.
Yeah, basic
So that's
dodge.
what this was. And there's times where there's effects just flat missing.
And there's laughs that flat miss. I moved to Hollywood to become an actor, and my mom said it would always be the death of me, or something like
Yeah,
that.
God, it's just so bad. But so overall, you weren't impressed. Overall,
I didn't like this one,
it doesn't work very well for me either, but it does work as the foundation of this crazy Sharknado tower that was built after the fact. But diving into it a little bit more, it's about Finn, of course, Finn Shepard.
Finley, but known as
Finn
Finn
Shepard,
to his friends.
who leads the pack, leads the flock to safety. Of course, he shepherds them to safety. So it's pretty ridiculous. But it's his family that we're kind of following, spread out. Tara Reid is his estranged ex-wife. He's got a daughter and a son, and
his buddies from his bar.
Yeah, this girl Nova that's in love with him that works at his bar and stuff like that. And so they're all trying to escape this crazy storm occurrence, which a tornado pulls sharks up off of the California coast and starts flinging them all around, and then the crazy storm system brings Sharknadoes way further inland than they should be and stuff like that. So it's just people dodging airborne sharks for the back 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah, it's absolute nonsense, and I did have some chuckles here and there, and there was like when you see Tara Reid's new douchey boyfriend who was living in the home, you're like, that guy gonna die like with the quickness, man, without spoiling anything. But there are some fulfilling aspects, but I mean, especially the way that they're like the Tasmanian guy who's buddies with Finn. He's like, yeah, if we go and throw these bombs in there and so on and so forth.
Yeah, bombs will stop the tornadoes.
That's
just movie one, man. They have to figure out a way to stop the tornado every movie because the tornadoes get smarter. So bombs don't destroy them every time.
Of course they do. They have to adapt. I mean, and the fact that they tied in the global warming aspect.
Yeah,
they're
of
like
course.
The sharks are moving up the coast from Mexico, where the storm was initially, because it's a hurricane at first, and then doesn't it turn into a tornado?
It turns into tornado, yeah.
I didn't even think tornadoes happened on the water. I thought those.
They're called water spouts generally.
And maybe they did use that term in the film at some particular point. I don't know. They seem to act like they knew what they were talking about, and since it's stuff that I'm not always that well versed on, I'm like, okay, sure, this is just like Shark Night. Check your brain in at the door, and I think
even
you can
more so
find some enjoyment.
If you have a backup brain, you can check that at the door on this one too.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Homer
no
Simpson,
thought
where
needed
he'd
at all.
be like, "Shut up, brain, shut up, liver," that sort of thing. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But I will at least say that I'm intrigued enough where I might watch another couple of these just to see if they do bring it more so than this one did.
It's crazy. You have no idea how crazy it gets. At the very end of the movie, you get
Steve Urkel's in one of them, right?
There's so many cameos, you have no idea. But they get so much more crazy. But the end of this one is an indicator of it.
Okay.
When Finn jumping into the Great White. I don't care about spoiling.
Yeah.
Finn jumping into the Great White and it happening to be the same shark that swallowed Nova.
Nova's in.
Like that's the kind of silliness. And they even call back to it because there's a kid with a chainsaw hand by the end of the series that also gets
they're not ripping off another
they
franchise
Russian doll it. So the kid gets eaten by a shark, then a bigger shark eats that shark, then a bigger shark eats that shark, and the kid somehow like.
That's actually kind of cool.
I think it's the kid. I don't know. I'm probably mixing up my Sharknado moments. Forgive me if I am, but that's how insane it gets, dude.
Maybe Shark Week next year.
We should do the bad ones.
Oh God. Bad ones. I don't know. Maybe.
Generally, I leave that for Bloodbath and Beyond and the horror show host, but.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see. If everyone likes
No
Shark Week
guarantees,
enough, maybe we'll bring it back for the bad ones. We'll see.
This had some derpy music to it as well that I want to make mention of. They had
real heroic stuff at times.
That at times, but then they also had like a post-credits song when they were actually playing, all of the credits in the film, and it was almost like the Ramones singing Pet Sematary, but yet they're singing about Sharknado.
Oh yeah, it's Go Sharknado or something like that.
I actually liked the song. I thought it was funny, man. It gave me those sort of vibes. So that was cool. Everything else was heroic, just beat your chest, kind of bro it up sort of thing, because Finn is the epitome of that in everything that he does. And then when his son comes on board, and I mean, this film was as all over the place as I've been in this review, and I apologize about
no,
that.
Good. We didn't need to cover this in any sort of conventional way.
Yeah.
So we've
Effects,
touched on the story, we've touched on the acting, effects. They're very sci-fi, and their very first Sharknado movie sci-fi. They actually pumped some money into the later ones, and the effects aren't quite as bad, but this is just tough. I mean, at one point, the street's supposed to be flooded to the point where there's sharks swimming around a school bus, and like there's a shot from inside the school bus where they just forgot to put the water in outside the school bus, so it's just land. Like there's no water at all through the window, the big back window of the school bus. And then also when they'll drive up to a scene and they'll be like, oh no, all those cars are getting washed away. And then the cars get washed away. They're like, we're getting out of here. And then the car turns around and it's in like this much of a puddle of water that the tires are going through as they're leaving.
Continuity, man.
So
if it's
crazy.
not doable, I mean,
so
what
crazy.
The hell are you going to say? However, the shark that Finn cuts himself out of at the end, that actually looked cool, and just being
that was the only practical thing they did in the entire movie. Yeah,
because the rest of the time, God, these sharks look.
The rest of the time, it's just
awful
people.
as I've seen it.
It's like people watching that one really, not the birds, but the really terrible bird movie, Birdemic, where the people are just like swinging at the air, and like they're just putting in sharks getting sawn in half in post and stuff like that. It's so dumb.
Although there is one guy like near the end of the movie who it's after they like mess up the Sharknado, and they actually start all just dropping out at once, the ones that were still in it. And this guy has one fall on him and rip his arm off, and the blood actually didn't look too bad. And then a hammerhead falls on him too, and they're both like eating him. And I was like, if it was a little more like this, maybe I would have been, you know, a tad more on board. But the cheesiness of helping the kids on the school bus and just the, anyway.
There's a later installment where a whale shark falls on a guy. Like the massive whale sharks.
Whale sharks
Oh my
and
God,
biggest
it's so
fish in
funny.
the ocean, right? So,
Blue whales, technically. Well, biggest fish in the ocean,
in the
yes.
ocean,
You sly, you almost got me.
sometimes.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's pretty much all we can say about Sharknado. I know a lot of you have probably actually seen this one. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And should Fuego continue, and heaven forbid, should we review the bad shark movies next Shark Week? Let us know in the comments down below while you're down there if you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed Shark Week, click the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss all the stuff we have coming up. In August, we're going to be showing all of our Howling reviews. And then in September, I believe, or is September the Howling? No, yeah, because August is Shark Week, September is the Howling. And then I believe October is going to be the Tremors. We're going to do the Tremors movies.
Yes, because we have a 7th Tremors film, Shrieker Island, I believe it's called, that's coming. So,
and then we actually have all the Hellraiser stuff ready, except we have 2 books left to review, and that might take a bit. So Hellraiser might not be until like November now. We'll see.
Reading takes more time.
It does. So thank you guys very much for watching. Stay tuned for all that cool stuff. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias a Jaime Fuego.
And remember, stay scared.